firework plant. But anyway, there was a young girl that he used to know at the apartment. Years later, she got a divorce and had 2 children. She had a boy and a girl. My dad had 4 kids, and he was divorced for 10 years, and her name was Julie, and he met her after 10 years being divorced. And she started dating him, and they got married. My dad built 2 houses that lived right next door to each other. He built a house in Dearborn and bought the house, the lot next door, and he built his dream house next door to the house. The first house was just a plain frame house, but then he built an all brick house that is supposed to be painting, no maintenance free. He's a real smart guy. Anyway, when him and Julie got married, nobody ever lived in that second house. When he died, she got the house that they lived in, but the other one was all done for 20 years, over 20 years. Nobody ever lived there.
Jeez, why?
Nobody ever, it was no. Tell them the story about my dad's house, Marilyn.
Which one?
On Columbia Street in Dearborn. The one he built never lived. Nobody.
Is it still standing?
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, it's
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, I want to see it.
subdivision.
I think somebody finally got it after years, after 35
Yeah, it's
years.
been empty for a long time. It's brick. Yeah.
It's all brick.
What's the address?
Do you remember?
It's on Columbia Street, right off of
But
Outer
you don't
Drive.
remember the address? How would we know the address? How
I
would
don't
we
know the
find
address. I can't remember the address.
Huh.
No, what the story was, when he died, Julie had a brother, or had I think it was a brother that was a lawyer, and my dad had a will, and he left everything to Julie and kind of overlooked us kids. And
Julie and her kids. Yeah.
Julie and her 2 kids. But my older brother got a lawyer and wanted to fight him on the issue of the property and stuff, but that never happened. My dad died, and
And he left all the house to the other kids.
Yeah.
and
His
the
dad
house.
died at
Jeez.
53 lifting a cement mixer.
What?
He died at 53 lifting a cement mixer.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Working on, was it Bernard Helen's house?
No, he was working on a guy that was in a wheelchair.
Oh.
I can't think of his name now. I used to know his name. He lived in Garden City. He wanted a plastered basement. My dad put rock lath up. It was plastering the basement with a mix of the mortar and stuff. They called it a brown coat or whatever. Then they put a lime coat over top. But anyway, he was finishing off the basement for this guy, and he went to hook up the cement mixer, and he had a car that had a hitch on it, and he lifted it up and had a heart attack.
And that was the night I was at Bernard Helen's, Jack's older brother. She was giving me a baby shower. I was pregnant with Diane, and they called that night and said that his dad had died.
Did your dad raise you?
Huh?
Did
Where were you when
Did his dad
died?
raise him?
Right here in this house.
Yeah, I was at the shower.
She was at a shower over in Garden City. My brother had a house. My dad built my brother a house
In Garden City, on
in
Florence.
Garden City on Florence Street.
Did
My dad built 20 or 30 houses.
Did Papa's dad raise him?
Who?
Did your dad raise
So
you?
until Jack was 9, then they divorced.
My dad paid child support for 2 kids. My older brother was working at A&P at 17. Back then, you didn't have to pay child support after 17.
Oh.
He was working, and he got married at 17 or something.
Bernard, or 18.
And then
had
Grandma
5
Brown, I met her
Do
when
you
I was.
remember her, Brenda?
I just found a
picture of
I just found a picture of me and Alyssa on her lap when.
Yeah, right here, this picture.
I just found it in Mom's basement. She must
Oh,
have a
did you?
duplicate, but
Yeah,
I remember everybody kept telling me that she was the best baker, or
she was.
she was really good at baking.
She was good.
I remember going to visit her at the
Nursing home.
yeah.
American House.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
going to visit her with Papa.
Yeah, she was
When she was younger though, she was a real good cook. She cooked all kinds of stuff, and she made cookies for people. Well, my grandmother.
I still got
Were
some of her
both of
recipes.
both of your parents from the Netherlands or just Grandma?
Just the
My
grandpa.
my mother was actually Dutch and English. She was.
Oh, I didn't know
was
she
a
was
Quaker
Dutch.
from Pennsylvania.